This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Scott Howell.
Hello, good neighbors, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast, brought to you by the Friends and Neighbors Group of Cleveland and the greater Chattanooga area. My name is Scott Howell, and I'm your host. The purpose of the Good Neighbor Podcast is to bring awareness to the residents of our communities of the locally owned and or operated businesses in Cleveland, Chattanooga, and the surrounding areas. Small local businesses are the backbone of our communities, and they need our support. And joining me today is our good neighbor, Moni Abraham at Amazing Senior Solutions. Welcome, Moni. Thank you for being our special guest today on the Good Neighbor Podcast.
Yeah, good afternoon, Scott. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Well, my pleasure. We're glad to have you with us.
Yeah.
You know, we've met here today to talk a little bit about yourself and your company. Before we dive into talking about your company, would you like to tell us anything about yourself or your family?
Yes, my family of origin is from India, born and brought up there, got married, finished nursing, and then as a family, we moved to the Middle Eastern country. Then there we worked for 11 years, and then we came to this beautiful country, and then I worked as a registered nurse for 25 years, then moved to Chattanooga 6 years ago.
Well, welcome to Chattanooga.
I have two children.
You have two children. Okay. Well, welcome to the Chattanooga area. We're glad to have you with us. So tell us about your business, Moni. What is Amazing Senior Solutions?
All right. Scott, before I begin, I wanted to share this story with you. Not long ago, there lived a mother of two children who had spent many years in a toxic relationship. As a result, it impacted her health and well-being. Then one day, her caring adult children lovingly approached her and urged her to make a change in the living situation. Although she was aware of her living environment that was impacting her health and happiness, it was still very difficult for her to make a decision to change. As like anybody else, change is fear. After much thought and reflection, she finally made a courageous, most important emotional decision that she ever took in her life. It was to prioritize her health and happiness above everything else, even if it meant behind her family possessions. So subsequently, she moved to a healthier and more supportive living environment. As a result, she made new friends. She made a new sense of purpose in her living, and then she learned new skills, new hobbies, and that brought joy and happiness back into her life. Inspired by her own transformation, she felt compelled to reach out to others, especially seniors facing challenges in their elderly life. The reason why this heartfelt message was shared with you all seniors and your children is that as a result of that change in environment, she experienced a personal growth and happiness and health. Likewise, she's urging families to have the courage to offer support to their elderly loved ones. One thing to take away from this story is that except you make that change from your current situation, it may be hopelessness, helplessness, or maybe struggling to meet your daily needs, whatever that may be, only that change of situation could offer you a better life of peace and safety and joy for the rest of your life. If you are a senior listening to this podcast, don't be afraid to make a change and ask, I need help. So, this senior mother founded Amazing Senior Solutions, which is dedicated to all seniors, free service to the entire Hamilton County. We provide assistance and guidance to the families and to their loved ones to find the best right home according to the individual needs according to their finances and preferences. It may be independent living, assisted living, memory care, hospice, skilled nursing, whatever it may be. We are there every step of the way to guide you. And then we make the transition process as simple as it is, or as smooth as it is, and stress free for everyone involved. How this work is, when you receive a phone call or a referral from a source, then we set up for a meeting with the family. So the senior is assessed to see and make a care plan according to the unique care needs. Like some need memory care, some need hospice, some need assisted care, and also according to their finances. Maybe everybody cannot afford certain assisted living. And also according to the local preference. Maybe they need near to their children's home. So since we have a good relationship with these communities and we know, so we can guide them step by step. Okay, these are the communities that match your needs. Then the next step is we tour the facility with the family. And then we make sure these communities has a high standard of quality care. And then as a strong advocate for the seniors, we negotiate and the pricing and the contract terms with the community so that we can save some thousands of dollars for the seniors. And our goal is to make sure all the seniors receive quality care for the, and with I meant to say it's a quality care and services at a reasonable cost. And once the placement is done, we are not done yet. We give the ongoing support for the families and the loved ones until they have developed a good relationship or are comfortable with the facility.
Okay, Moni, that's a very noble calling that you've endeavored there to help people with. Can I ask a personal question?
Sure.
This lady with 2 children, is this your journey we're speaking about, Moni?
Absolutely.
I thought it might be. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
I'm also right. Senior. I'm 67 years old. So
you're right too. There's so many people that go through hardships and through things that they don't know how to do with it, and they need someone else who's been there to get them by the hand and guide them through it.
Absolutely. That's what I am there for. Every step of the way I will guide, because everybody has the fear of change. Actually, change is the roadmap of growth and resilience. Unless you make that change, you cannot enjoy that the quality of the life that you have the rest of your life. As a senior, our life left is very short. And I want every senior to have that quality of life.
Yes. Yeah. As I said, a very noble calling for sure.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry that you went through what you went through, but at the same time, thankfully that you're able to take the experience that you had and reach out and help others. What is one of the what is sometimes when people need help, there are myths and misconceptions they have in their mind about, maybe there's some fear there about actually asking for help. What types of things can you do to help people that are afraid to even reach out to Moni and say, Moni, I need help? They're afraid to do that. What advice can you offer them?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Take your time.
They can trust me as a nurse, and this life experience had taught me great lessons. The power of empathy and love I had received. And also through going through this life experience, I had grown through compassion and then understanding others' needs. And thousands of lives I have taken care in ICU, intensive care unit. They trusted me with that lives, and I took care of them. More than thousands and thousands of 35 years of experience. So you can trust me. We are a trusted agency as a local agency for Senior Referral Agency in Hamilton County. Our service is free, and we work in the community for the seniors in the community. We work with one-on-one with family and the loved ones. And also another myth is like a limited option. In Hamilton County itself, there are 38 senior living facilities, and they have a wide range of options they can choose from.
Yes, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of options there, and sometimes that can be overwhelming in itself. You know, which one do I choose? Which one can I afford? So I hear the passion in your voice that you really have a desire to help these seniors, and we appreciate knowing that you're there. You mentioned a while ago that since you've come through your journey, that you've learned other new hobbies and new passions. Can you share anything, your favorite thing that you've learned to enjoy in life since you've come through your hardship?
Oh, yes. Gardening is my passion. We had a vegetable garden. We used to supply for 10 families. And then flower arrangements, and then crochet, reading, cooking delicious meals. Now I'm already actively involved in the church communities. And then being in the community, it gives me a kind of satisfaction and sense of feeling that when I interact with the others in the community.
Those things sound like everything that my mother enjoys doing, Moni. So I can kind of understand what you're talking about there, right down to crocheting. My mother is an expert crocheter.
Yes, I did for my 3 grandchildren.
You know, it's kind of amazing. Usually when I do a podcast interview, I have a lot of questions to ask people, but honestly, you just kind of, by telling your story, answered almost every question that
Yes.
I was prepared to ask you about what you do. So I kind of have two more questions. One
Sure.
is, if there was one thing that you wish our listeners knew about what you do, just one thing that stands out that you could shout from the rooftops,
Yes.
what would that be?
Oh, that would be like, if I will not place your mom or dad anywhere else, I won't put myself or my loved ones. I consider them as my own parents. So you can trust me with that. And also, we keep our personal information confidential, not like putting in the website and going to different uh, facilities, and then so many calls you are getting and you are overwhelmed with that. No, this is very confidential. We work one-on-one with you alone.
Okay. All right. Well, that's very helpful as well. That's, like you said, being able to take that overwhelming part of it out of the equation, and people only have one source to go to. I know that's very helpful to everyone that you worked with. Well, so my last question is this, Moni. I'm sure we have listeners out there that just want to know how to find out more about what you do, how to reach you, whether it's online or offline. What are the different ways people can reach you?
Both ways. Online, if you go www.amazingsenior.solutions.com, you can get all the details and you can sign in there, or you can call 423-521-2114. 423-521-2114. You can call us or leave a text message and we will get back to you.
Well, that sounds amazing. Moni Abraham, it has been a pleasure getting to know you today and knowing what that you do at Amazing Senior Solutions. And I'm sure that when this podcast is broadcast, that a lot of people will appreciate knowing that you're available to help them and their loved ones out. So thank you for being on our podcast program today, Moni.
Thank you. It's my pleasure and privilege to be on your podcast, and God bless you.
Well, thank you, and God bless you as well. And to all the good neighbors of the Cleveland and the Chattanooga area, after meeting Moni and learning more about Amazing Senior Solutions, I know that she hopes you'll take a moment to consider all they have to offer and remember them when you need or want the services they provide. And before ending this episode, I would like to thank you all for taking the time out of your busy day to visit with us here at the Good Neighbor Podcast. Always remember to support the locally owned and or operated businesses in Cleveland and the greater Chattanooga area. This is Scott Howell with the Friends and Neighbors group. Everyone go out and make this a remarkable day.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpcleveland.com. That's gnpcleveland.com or call 423-380-1984.